does look like this part is still able to ingest more moist air. Okay, so we are going to have to jump this part off yet, and that's going to be a pretty intense. It's going to be unfortunate. Okay, so get ready for that. But Brian Montgomery, he's going out there to get a little snip of it there. He's getting sort of this. This one's all Jason's all about, guys. You just got to nail it. One thing on dirt road in Kansas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Can you guys hear me pretty good, or are you hearing my TV in the background? Good evening, good evening, good evening. All right, we are trying something a little different tonight. We are live in L.A.S.S, Lake Area Storm Spotters. We are live in KC Ass, Kansas City Area Storm Spotters, and we're live on TikTok and YouTube. All right, guys. So for the folks that don't know who I am Eric. I am the director and creator of Lake Area Storm Spotters and KC Area Storm Spotters. So we're just going to jump right on into it tonight. For right now, this is just primarily for the Kansas City area. Stephanie, hello, good evening. Hopefully everybody's okay. Guys, is my TV too loud, or can you hear me pretty good? All right. Well, we're just going to go ahead and go with it. All right, guys. So again, this is Eric with Lake Area Storm Spotters. It's good. Fantastic. Stephanie, I appreciate it. So I listen to Ryan Hall in the background when I'm doing my lives as well. So this new mic's supposed to have noise canceling. So Yolanda, good evening. Thank you, ma'am. All right, guys. So like I was saying earlier, so tonight we're doing something a little bit different. We're combining the live for Kansas City area and the Lake area. So this is currently streaming in the Kansas City area Storm Spotters and the Lake area Storm Spotters. It is also being streamed on our YouTube channel and our TikTok channel. So let's just dive right on into it. All right. So there is a severe thunderstorm warning now for Wyandotte County in northeast Kansas, Leavenworth County, Johnson County, and Platte County. This is going to be until 9:45. So it's going to be for another, about 50 minutes. At 8:47, a severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from easton to Globe, moving east at 60 miles an hour. This is going to have 70-mile-an-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. Okay, this is a sourced by Automated Weather Station. So this is going to eventually impact Overland Park, Olathe, Shawnee, Lenexa, Leavenworth, Leawood, Prairie Village, Gardner, Lansing, Merrim, Mission, Bonner Springs, DeSoto, Parkville, Spring Hill, Tonksony, Platte City, Baser, Edwardsville, and Fairway. A tornado watch is still in effect for this area until 1 o'clock. All right. This is going to have 0.88 inches of hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds, and it has been observed. Okay. Stephanie, how is Warrensburg? Right now, Warrensburg is good. They're quite a ways out here ahead of it. They are still under the tornado watch until 1 o'clock, but as of right now, they are okay. Stephanie, thank you. You're very welcome, Stephanie. All right, Kira, for the lake. So this whole line is kind of weakening as it gets a little further. Eventually, we'll probably see some of it, but as far as intensity, I think primarily just going to be winds and very heavy rain. So as of today, we've got here in Max Creek 2.7 inches of rain. So almost 3 inches since about 5 o'clock this morning, 5 or 6. I can't remember which. So in, 14 hours? So that's pretty good. Stephanie, you're welcome. So right now, the line of storms is over here, stretching from almost Leavenworth all the way down. This whole thing is warned. And again, there's a tornado watch until 1 o'clock. Let's try to... I'm going to fix this real quick. That's not what I want. Not what I want. Nope, that's not what I want either. That's not it, so it's got to be on here then. Or not. We'll just make it work. Okay. All right, guys. So right now the storms are west of Kansas City. Let's see. So this one has a considerable damage tag. Okay. So something the National Weather Service is looking at this year is they are kind of throwing in special tags so people know how intense the storm is going to be. So your normal thunderstorms is 58-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail. Then your considerable, I think it's the next one is considerable, is going to be up to 70-mile-an-hour winds and golf ball size hail. Then you have, I think the last one is damaging, and that's up to 80-mile-an-hour winds and softball size hail. So right now we're kind of in between for this particular storm here, particular section of the storm here. It looks like it's going to be due west, maybe southwest of Lee Summit. How does Excelsior Springs? Right now, Excelsior Springs is good. Eventually, you're going to be in the line of the storm. But right now, Excelsior Springs is okay. So eventually, this whole line will encompass basically all of Kansas City, all of surrounding Kansas City area, Liberty, Raytown, Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Overland Park. DeSoto, you're actually in line pretty quick for it. Leavenworth, same with you. Lansing, Fairmount, Bazor, Baldwin City, Wellsville, Ottawa. All you guys are in line of this. And it's starting to form more into like your bow segment, and that's where you're going to get your straight line wins. So there is no. I wish I could fix that. Okay, bear with me just a minute. I'm going to see if I can fix this real quick to where it's not so. Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, that makes it a little bit easier, but I need to change. Trying to fix it to where it's easier to see the individual warnings. Let's go. Let's go here. See if that makes it any easier. Okay. I apologize, guys. I'm just trying to get this situated. Okay. Good deal. That makes it a little bit easier to see. I wish I could. See about. There we go. Okay, so that's a lot easier. Now we got rid of the mesoscale. Okay, I apologize. Let's see. Go back over the messages real quick. Nothing. All right, guys. So right now, this severe thunderstorm warning that's observed that has 80-mile-an-hour winds now has a tornado possible tag. Okay, so that's going to butt up right next to Kansas City. That's going to include Shawnee, Overland Park, DeSoto, Rainier Springs, uh, Leavenworth, Fairmount. So this one has a tornado possible tag. Now, what the tornado possible tag means is that is showing some signs of rotation. Let's get rid of that so you guys can see. And the bad part is we're getting so close to the radar, it's getting kind of hard to see. It's not a whole lot of rotation on it, but enough for them to throw the tag on it. And that's what this pinkish color here is just gives a tornado possible tag. So let's do some ETAs. There's a flood warning down southwest of Warrensburg that's going to expire in 4 days. I don't know what I just did, but that does that. Okay, so let's just go with the edge of the storm here and take it up this way. All right, so the current estimated time for Olathe is 14 minutes, Overland Park is 22, Roland Park is 26, Martin City is 26, Raytown is 34, Lee Summit is 37, Independence is 38, Greenwood is 39 minutes. Now that's just a rough ETA, okay? So it looks like the most intense part of the storm is, of course, going to be this tornado tag. So they've also upgraded it to destructive. So it was considerable. So now we're on the top tier. This is a destructive tag. So it has 80-mile-an-hour winds, and it's going to have about nickel-sized hail. This severe thunderstorm warning expires in 39 minutes. So at 8:58 was when this severe weather statement was issued. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 9:45 for Wynette, Leavenworth, Johnson, and Southeast Platte counties. At 8:58, which was almost 10 minutes ago, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Weston to near Pleasant Grove, moving east at 60 miles an hour. These are destructive storms for Leavenworth, Wynette, and Johnson counties in Kansas. 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. This has been reported by emergency management. Okay, this is going to include Overland Park, Olathe, Shawnee, Lenexa, Leavenworth, Leawood, Prairie Village, Gardner, Lansing, Miriam, Mission, Bonner Springs, DeSoto, Parkville, Spring Hill, Tenoxie, Platte City, Baser, Edwards, and Fairway. Tornado warning, tornado watch remains in effect until 1 o'clock for this area. This has the tornado possible tag. This is destructive tag as well. So I was just mentioning a little while ago that now the National Weather Service is trying out 3 tiers. You have your normal, which is just 58-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail. Your considerable is going to be 70-mile-an-hour winds up to golf ball-size hail. And now the destructive, which is 80-mile-an-hour winds or softball-size hail. So, of course, then you have your PDS. So your PDS is a particularly dangerous situation, which earlier today out west there was a PDS tornado watch and several PDS tornado warnings. Now that watch has been dropped. So this is going to be top tier. So this one here is still your considerable. It's going to be 70-mile-an-hour winds. And then this one down here is just a regular severe thunderstorm warning, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds and 3/4-inch hail. So let's go over here. Okay. So I'm just kind of browsing the National Weather Service chat and seeing if there's anything that just screams out. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and just zoom out a little bit. So this line, is that a tornado warning? That is a tornado warning. So this line is warned from far northern Missouri all the way down into south central Kansas. And every square inch, except for maybe right here, is some sort of warning. Now, these colors indicate something, each one is something different. So, like this purple here is a destructive, which the destructive is like I was talking about, the top tier. Hold on, I forgot to do something. No, not that. Come on, quit fighting me. Bear with me just a couple of minutes. Okay. A good deal. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, is this purple is destructive, and that's going to be like the top tier, the 80-mile-an-hour winds. So, like I was saying, the purple is the destructive. Your orange is going to be your considerable, and your yellows are going to just be your regular. Okay. And then once you get up here, this pink is going to be your tornado warning. And as it flashes, that means that there's been some sort of update, either an update or a new warning. So right now, this line is through Bonner Springs. It's coming into Bonner Springs. It's coming through DeSoto, Olathe. Can you zoom in a bit? Had to see where you're looking at in the Spring Hill south of Olathe. Nikki, absolutely. Okay, so you said that you're south of Olathe, watching heading to Gardner, and okay. So right here in this area, I believe. Okay. South of Olathe, Gardner, and Spring Hill. Okay, so here's Gardner, and here's Olathe. So you're also in that destructive severe thunderstorm warning. So observed 80-mile-an-hour winds and just shy of 1-inch hail. So it's looking like the most intense part of this is going to be um, the winds. Okay. So right now it's knocking on Gardner's door. It's still a little ways from Olathe. In Platte City right now, the wind and lightning are crazy. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. So they issued a new warning, and this one has a considerable tag. Okay, so it's not destructive like this one. This one is just underneath it. Okay, so this one is for Northern County, Uh, Southeast Buchanan County, Clinton County, Clay County, Western Ray County, Western Cladwell County, Eastern Platte County, and Jackson counties. This is until 10:15 p.m., so another hour. At 9:13, a severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from Grower to Edgerton, moving east at 50 miles an hour. This has 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. This is going to include Kansas City, Independence, Lee Summit, Blue Springs, Leawood, Raytown, Liberty, Gladstone, Grandview, Belton, Prairie Village, Raymore, Green Valley, Excelsior Springs, Cameron, Smithville, Kearney, Pleasant Hill, Greenwood, and Peculiar. Okay. Now the tornado. So this does have a tornado possible tag. Okay. So it's the considerable, and it has a tornado possible tag. Keep in mind that the tornado watch remains in effect. This says till 10 o'clock, but it actually is until 1 o'clock. So I think that's two separate ones. So got to watch out for them quick spin-ups like that. Okay. Let's see. Straight line winds, no tornadoes. Nikki, the tornado watch is still in effect until like 1 o'clock. But no tornado warnings as of right now. In June, all my family in North Missouri are in warning now. Pittsburgh and the fall area are getting hammered right now. I'm waiting for info from them. Rain sideways. June, guys, I apologize. I'm from the lake area, so a lot of these towns I'm not familiar with. If you can direct me where I'm going, I will bring the radar up to that area. And again, I'll apologize that I am horrible at pronouncing these names. So far, they haven't issued a new warning for Harrisonville, Peculiar, which this one here gets part of Peculiar, but eventually I'm sure they're going to be doing that. Okay, so Ottawa, Gardner, yes. Okay, hi, Allie. Nikki, you should be seeing this, depending on if you're in Olathe or Gardner. You should be seeing it just any minute coming into your area. Somebody else mentioned a little while ago about Excelsior Springs. You guys are now in this new tornado. I'm sorry, new severe thunderstorm warning, and this extends from way northeast of Kansas City all the way down to almost Peculiar. North of Cameron up 135. Okay. I think that's I-35. So let's find I-35. I know 35 runs through Kansas City. Okay, so north of Cameron. So there's 35. Okay, so here's Cameron. And then around Pittston McFall. Okay, here we go. There you are, right there. So they have the tornado warning that's just east of them. So they're kind of out of the brunt of it now. The McFall, the Plattsburgh area, they're kind of in the backside of it now. They're still going to be seeing this thunderstorms, the stronger stuff. Oh, there we go. Now I can see a lot better. Awesome. Let's see. Okay. So, like I said, here's a tornado warning. There, it's past them. So right now, all they have is a flood warning and the tornado watch. This one expires in 10 minutes. Or in 41 minutes. I'm sorry. So for the brunt of it, they're good. There we go. Now I can see that better. Good deal. Nope, not that. Okay, is Eldon going to get anything bad tonight? Michelle, eventually this whole line is going to move down to the lake area. As far as how intense it's going to be, it's not going to be quite as intense as what it is now. Primarily the lake area. Of course, we still have all modes are possible, but primarily it's going to be the heavy rain and the damaging winds. And that's for the lake area. Why is that popping up like that? There. Uh, Lejeune, absolutely. You're very welcome. Fantastic. Okay, now I can see this stuff better. I apologize, guys. I was having trouble reading some of these messages. So it does look like it's starting to weaken as it gets closer to the Kansas City metro area. Um, and when I say weaken, I mean literally just a little bit. So Kansas City area should be seeing some of this stuff pretty soon. Overland Park, Shawnee. Come on. So Overland Park, Shawnee, Olathe, Gardner, you guys are knocking on the door. It's literally right there. This is still that damaging or the destructive. Okay, so this is an extremely dangerous situation. So let's see what their update is. So this one was at 9:17, so about 5 minutes ago. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 9:45. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Fairview to Edgerton, moving east at 60 miles an hour. This one has 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. Emergency management has confirmed several reports of 75 to 85-mile-an-hour wind gusts that has been received with this line of storms. Okay, so that was let's see, Nikki. So this one is particular talking about that particular storm that's getting ready to enter your area. 75-mile-an-hour to 85-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Okay, this is now it's been upgraded to an extremely dangerous situation. So this is similar, I guess, to the PDS in a way. So it still has that tornado possible tag. It does have observed 80-mile-an-hour winds, which they just said that it's gone up to 85-mile-an-hour winds. So 75 to 85-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Okay. So that's why that one looks a little weird like it does. So eventually this is going to hit the south side of Kansas City, Grandview, Belton, Lee Summit, maybe even parts of Raytown. And I'm not quite sure which particular part of the storm they were talking about. What about the Grandview, Lee Summit, and duties out there? Oh, crap. Let's see. Lee Summit. So, Dad, she's right in line with this 75 to 85 mile an hour wind gusts. So if she can get to your house, she probably ought to. Because it's coming. And this just observed as 75 to 85 mile an hour winds. So you may want to call her and say, hey, you need to get to my house. Yeah. So she right now, you guys are just in that considerable tag, but this line is still pretty intense and it's coming your way. Paola, Stratton, Osawatomie, you guys are all in line of this one as well. Right now, Harrisonville's not in any kind of warning, but eventually they probably will. Mom, you're welcome. Like I said, if you, she said she'll be fine. Well, good luck to her. Hopefully, she is okay. Um, well, I mean, like I said, it says it literally right here: 75 to 85 mile an hour winds, and that's enough to blow her RV over. So, all right, what do we got here? So this is 3/4 inch hail and 60 mile an hour winds. So this whole line is pretty potent. The worst part of it's going to be entering the Kansas City metro area, Olathe, Overland Park. Eventually, it's going to hit Raytown, the Lee Summit area, the Belton, the Grandview, Independence, Pleasantville, Oakview, Pleasant Valley, and of course, like I said, Kansas City metro area. So West Kansas City, you guys are already seeing it. It's not too far from the airport up there. North Kansas City, you guys will be seeing it before long as well. So this one here is still for another hour. So I think it was until 10:30, until 10:15. So about another 45 minutes on this one. Let's go over here real quick and see. Bring up this. Okay, so there's being reports of 70 mile an hour winds, 70 mile an hour winds, 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. So there's active reports of 50 to 60 mile an hour winds up to 70. So I can see. Good deal. All right, so it's now entering Kansas City. It's right at the airport, North Kansas City. You're starting to see it. Um, West Kansas City, you guys are in the brunt of it. Westwood, Prairie Village, Leewood, Olathe, you're a little ways into it now. Overland Park, Spring Hill. All you guys are starting to see the leading edge of this. Okay. I apologize, guys, if there's brief breaks in between. I'm trying to coordinate with the warning team as well for the Kansas City area, make sure everybody's still not only hearing me, but getting the watches and warnings in the group as well. So I apologize if I drop off for a couple minutes, but that's what I'm just trying to do is make sure everything's still in line. All right. So you can start to see that this is starting to form a gust front right along here. Paola, Ostawami, Lane, you guys are going to get this little bit of a gust front. And what a gust front is it's just basically like exactly what it sounds like, a gust of wind out ahead of the main line. Kansas City, you guys are in the brunt of it. Now North Kansas City, West Kansas City Metro, you guys are all in the brunt of it. So this little bit of a bow here is kind of what we look for the stronger destructive winds when the line typically bows out like that. And of course, the further down you go, it gets more intense. Is that similar to an outflow boundary or something? It's similar to an outflow. No, let me rephrase that. It's not, because the outflow is going to be kind of back behind it. The gust front is, that one's kind of a little difficult to answer. So, in terms of wind wise, yes, it is, but it's going to be on the leading edge of the storm. So, I guess more in terms, this is more of an inflow than it is your outflow. So, your outflow, you're typically going to be seeing back behind it. Looks like there's going to be hail reports. So these, what is, okay, so there we go. They issued the new, okay, so actually they didn't issue it. Or did they? Let's go look at it. At 9:31. Okay, so they did. So they moved this extremely dangerous situation section here. They moved it a little bit further east. Okay, so at 9:31, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Kearney to near Spring Hill, moving east at 60 miles an hour. Hazards are 70-mile-an-hour winds. Emergency management is the source of this. Okay. So 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. A tornado watch is still in effect until 1 o'clock. It does have the tornado possible tag. It has a considerable damage tag. So this is going to include Overland Park, Olathe, Shawnee, Lenexa, Leawood, Prairie Village, Gardner, Miram, Mission, Bonner Springs, DeSoto, Parkville, Spring Hill, Platte City, Edwardsville, Fairway, Mission Hills, Riverside, Weatherby Lake, and Edgerton. So not only are we having to deal with the strong winds, but you're also going to have the torrential rain, the very heavy rain. So this particular cell is going to affect 1.1 million people in the Kansas City, Independence, Lee Summit, Blue Springs, Liberty, and Raytown areas. Okay, so this is all that's going to affect 60 law enforcement locations, emergency services, communications, 376 schools, 24 colleges. So just a little bit more in depth of what it's going to affect. So that gust front's starting to be a little more dominant, a little more. You can see it a lot better on it. So they are starting to drop off some of these warnings a little further south. So it's not. It's starting to fall apart a little bit as it's starting to weaken a little bit, I should say. Is at Longview Lake. Where is? No, there we go. Grandview, Lee Summit. Dad, you say that like I know where that's at. You'll have to direct me where that's at because I have no idea. You said it's somewhere between Grandview and Lee Summit. Longview. Okay, so here's Longview. So I'm guessing the lake's going to be right around it somewhere. Okay, so if she's right around that Longview area, it's by Lee Summit. Okay. Yeah, I think I found it right here. It doesn't say Longview Lake, but it says Longview Town, so I'm going to say it's that. So 70-mile-an-hour observed winds uh, and 3/4 inch hail. So the miles an hour is kind of diminishing a little bit. She's still going to get pretty good winds. So they still have this EDS tag along with the tornado tag. These up here, that's right around the Kansas City area, the Lee Summit, Belton, these all have the tornado possible tags. So they're not tornado warnings, but it has like they could see a tornado spin up out of it. Yes. Okay. So then, like I said, Dad, she's in the 70-mile-an-hour winds and the 3/4 inch hail. So switch back over here real quick and see if so there was 56-mile-an-hour winds at Leavenworth. Unconfirmed tornado in Aubrey. Okay. And where's Aubrey at? So they did issue a new severe thunderstorm warning downstream of this one. Oh, I see Aubrey right there. Okay. Let's see. There's not a whole lot of rotation there. If anything, it's going to be one of them little, like the notch. Kind of see how it notches a little bit down through here? They call that like the quick spin ups or the QLS spin ups. I guess there's a little bit right here. Looks like it's between Aubrey and Belton. But even that's very, very broad. Yeah, Southwest Belton. I found it. And that still has that tornado possible tag. Just small hook. Yeah. Yep. So what he's seeing is he's seeing like the little notch. I'm not seeing much rotation with it, but I mean, there is a little bit of a notch. Kind of right here. So when I'm looking at velocity, what we're looking at is where the greens and the reds mix. That's where you can see rotation. Or if you're looking at like straight line winds, you're going to be looking kind of like right up and through here. But there's a very little bit right in here. No sirens. Yeah, there's not a warning, so they're not going to sound the sirens until there's a confirmed warning by the National Weather Service. Which So far, there's not any kind of mentions about uh, warnings or anything of the sort. As far as like tornado warnings go, anyway. And like I said, they won't sound the sirens until the National Weather Service confirms it. But typically, like Max Velocity and Ryan Hall, they're pretty spot on with these things. I mean, once they see it, then not long after, there's some sort of warning. And this is that kind of storm that's going to be a little difficult to see them. Kansas City, you guys are on the backside of it. Independence, Raytown, Grandview, Belton, Aubrey, Lewisburg. You guys are going to be on the leading edge of it. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to go down here and switch to. There we go. Okay. So what happens is since this line's getting so close to the Kansas City radar, a lot of it's going to be obscured because it's so close to it. So I switched to the Springfield radar that allows me to be able to see a little bit better. Okay, so they issued a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this one's going to be for the Pleasant Hill area. At 9:42, which is now, the National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County, southern Jackson County, and western Johnson County until 10:45. At 9:42, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Raytown to Paola, moving east at 50 miles an hour. These are going to have hazards of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Source is trained weather spotters. Locations impacted include Lee Summit, Grandview, Belton, Raymore, Harrisonville, Pleasant Hill, Greenwood, Peculiar, Holden, Lake Latawana, Garden City, Lake Winnebago, Lone Jack, Cleveland, Freeman, East Lene, Kingsville, Lake Aneti, Baldwin Park, and Strasburg. Tornado watch remains in effect till 1 o'clock. This also has that tornado possible tag. Radar indicated 3/4 inch hail, and the winds are observed. That's going to be this new yellow box right here. That's going to affect basically everything that we just read. The Belton area, Holden, all of this area down through here. So there, this southern part here. I can also see the rotation a little bit better now that I've switched to Kansas City or to Springfield's. Okay, so he's around Aubrey. If there was any rotation, it's gone now. Somebody asked about Warrensburg a little while ago. Warrensburg is just on the edge of this new warning. Eventually, Warrensburg will probably get in on this severe thunderstorm warning at some point. Lewisburg, Paola, Ostawamie, Lane, all you guys are online of this. Belton, Raymore, it's going to be hitting you guys before long. So that one's for 29 more minutes. So it looks like parts of Kansas City is still under the severe thunderstorm warning. Here we go. Okay, Dad, tornado warning. National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill has issued a tornado warning for northern Cass County and west central Missouri, west central Johnson County, and west central Missouri until 10:15 p.m. So if you are in northern Cass County or west central Johnson County, take shelter immediately. Dad, this is going to be for you guys. Radar indicator rotation. This is going to include Lee Summit, Belton, Raymore, Pleasant Hill, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Kingsville, Baldwin Park, and Strasburg. Dad, if you're still on here, let me know that you guys are seeing this, please. This is radar indicated. Pleasant Hill tornado warning now. Yes. Belton is included in this. Lee Summit, Belton, Raymore, Pleasant Hill, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Kingsville, Baldwin Park, and Strasburg. So if you guys are in this area, take shelter immediately. Belton, you guys are going to see it first. Riverview Estates, Raymore, you guys are going to see it first. So this is a tornado warning that's in that new severe thunderstorm warning. Rebecca is headed toward. Rebecca, eventually this whole line is going to head towards the lake. It is supposed to weaken as it gets down there. They're talking about basically just straight line or strong winds and small hail and the heavy rain, but all hazards are still possible. Sirens are going off now. Good. Remember how I was just saying that a lot of times Max Velocity and Ryan Hall, y'all see this before the warnings, and not long after, boom, here you go. So for those of you that don't know, Max Velocity and Ryan Hall, y'all, are both meteorologists on YouTube, and they're pretty dang accurate. I follow Ryan Hall, y'all. The rest of my family likes Max Velocity. Okay, so there is a little bit of rotation right about southwest of Belton. What's up, dude? All right, sorry about that. That was my brother calling. So my brother and my parents all live up in Belton. So a couple weeks ago, there was a tornado touchdown in Belton, about a mile or less from their house, and that's kind of what sparked getting this Kansas City area storm spotters up and going. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch over here and just see what the difference is. See, it's too close. All right, so Aubrey, you guys are in the brunt of it. Belton, you guys are on the leading edge of it. Cleveland, Lewisburg, you guys are on the edge of it. Grandview, you guys are north of the tornado warning, but you're starting to see some of this more intense rain. Lee Summit, you guys are downwind of it. Harrisonville, you guys are on the southern edge of this tornado warning. Belton, you guys are starting to see some of this more heavier precipitation. The most intense part is South Aubrey, Wea, northwest of Cleveland area. And again, this is a tornado warning in effect for 24 more minutes. And this goes until 9. It goes until 9:45. My bad. It goes until 10:15. So, a tornado warning for northern Cass County, west central Johnson County. At 9:45, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Raymore, moving east at 50 miles an hour. Hazard are tornado. This is radar indicated. It's going to affect Lee Summit, Belton, Raymore, Pleasant Hill, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Kingsville, Baldwin Park, and Strasburg. So again, if you are in this tornado warning, take shelter immediately. With these lines of storms like this, these tornadoes that do pop up are going to be very quick, and they're going to be very hard to see until it's already too late. So don't wait till you see a tornado. I mean, take shelter immediately. I'm on the wrong screen. Duh. Big rain in Belton. Yep. Big rain in Belton. Absolutely, Mom. Are you guys still watching it, or are you guys in the bathroom? So, like I said, with these lines of storms, these things pop up pretty quick, and they're kind of difficult to see on radar. There's definitely rotation now. It's southeast of, we're watching it. Okay. Southeast of Belton. It's going to be right over the Grandview area, southwest of Raymore. So this area right in here is where the rotation is going to be. And this thing was moving at, I think, 50 miles an hour to the east. So now the rotation is going to be south of Raymore. It looks like it's getting pretty close to J Highway and coming up to 58. So now Belton and Raymore are out of this. So they shrunk it. So J Highway, that's where the rotation is right now. It's going to be south of 150. It's going to be around J Highway over to 291. Lee Summit, you guys are going to get in on the severe thunderstorm warning. Grandview, you guys are actually starting to get the brunt of the rain almost towards the back of it. Peculiar, you guys are also going to be seeing this before long. Harrisonville, you guys aren't too far off from it as well. Blue Springs, Raytown, you guys are on the northern end of all this. What's up, kid?
Hey, I think that rotation.
All right, so that was my brother again. Like I said, they're in Belton. They haven't gotten the real strong winds yet, so they're still on the kind of the edge of it. The brunt of that's going to go just south of Belton. So they should start to see this heavier rain. Raymore, you guys as well. The rotation isn't nearly as intense as what it was. if there is any still, it's going to be right on top of J Highway to the east, and then west of 291. So, kind of right in this area, right in here is going to be the most intense part of the rotation, if there is any at all. Lee Summit, you guys are still in it on the leading edge. Grandview, you guys are in the brunt of it. Aubrey, you're starting to be on the backside of it. Kansas City, you guys are almost completely out of it altogether. You guys are just now in the light rain. Blue Springs, it's coming towards you. Raytown, the worst part of it is going to go south of you. So Unity Village, Lee Summit, Grandview, Belton Raymore, Cleveland, Peculiar, Lee Summit. Excuse me. You guys are going to be getting the brunt of all this. And this still extends all the way down into Kansas. The good news is, once this is passed, that's going to be it for tonight for you guys up in the Kansas City area. So the area of rotation is now going to be east of J Road, J Highway, and it's going to be west, I guess that's J Road, and then west of Highway 58. So there's a little bit of rotation. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. Okay, so it was a little bit south of Woodland Heights. Excelsior. Richmond, Blue Springs. Okay. Let's go ahead and go back here to. Yes, it's very hard to see. I hate when it does that. So it's here. Woodland Heights. It's approaching Highway 58. It's gonna go just south to Lake Winnebago. Pleasant Hill. You guys are right in the line of this one. Come on, man. Let's see. There we go. Just posted the National Weather Service for a radar zone at Rayville. At Rayville? Wendy, where's Rayville at? I see Ray Moore, but I don't see Rayville. Anybody that's from the Kansas City area, direct me to where Rayville is, please. There's Raytown. There's Raytown. There's Ray Moore. Okay, so at 10 o'clock, so as of right now, tornado warning remains in effect until 10:15 for northwestern Cass and west central Johnson counties. At 10 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Pleasant Hill, moving east at 50 miles an hour. I don't know whether that's at Raytown or Raymore. Probably that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking she means Raytown or Raymore. I'm going to probably say Raymore because that's where the warning was at. So this is tornado warning. It's radar indicated. Okay. So now it's looking like the worst of the rotation is going to be due west of Pleasant Hill. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to say she meant Raymore. Of course I was going to do that. Let me go over here real quick. There's a TDS, and that was 7 minutes ago. Oh no, I see a Rayville on there. Okay, so where is? I'm trying to find Belton. Excelsior Springs is what I'm trying to find. We have winds, heavy rain, thunder, lightning, Belton. Thank you, Mom. Okay, so I'm trying to find Raymore, or not Raymore, Excelsior Springs. I know it's up around Kansas City. Independence, probably. Raymore. Okay. So Pleasant Hill, they're right smack dab in the middle of this tornado warning. There is still signs of rotation. Right. Okay, so let's go here. There's a little bit. There's definitely a little bit. Oh, it's passing Pleasant Hill now. Okay. Rayville's northeast of North Kansas. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Wendy. Pleasant Hill now. Yep, right in here. Rayville is west of Pleasant Hill. Okay. Got Raymore west of Pleasant Hill. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Rayville is west of Pleasant Hill. There's Raymore. I don't see Rayville west of Pleasant Hill. Well, either way, it's past it. So right now, Pleasant Hill is getting the brunt of it. Harrisonville, you guys are on the brunt of it, on the leading edge of it. This one has a considerable tag further up north. This one's gonna, and there's a tornado warning right there. Rayville. Okay, I found it. It's way up here. Okay, Wendy, I know where you're at now. So Rayville is due northeast of Pleasant Hill. And they are under Richmond. Okay, they're under a tornado warning as well. This one is also radar indicated. Okay, so earlier this one had a tornado debris signature. Short term is NDS. TDS, a tornado debris signature. And there's still pretty good rotation on this one. So northwest or northeast of Richmond, it's getting close to B Highway. Right now it's right between 13 and B Highway. So this is what she's talking about up here now. There's Rayville, there's Richmond. So we have 2 tornado warnings. And this one up here goes for another 23 minutes. This one here goes for another 8 minutes. Okay. So Rayville's way up here. So Rayville's going to be east of Kearney. Then we got a considerable damage threat. This one does have 70-mile-an-hour winds. This one's going to be for Davies County, Grundy County, Ray County, Western Carroll County, Caldwell County, Western Lafayette County, and Livingston County. This one's going to be until 10:30, so about another 23 minutes. This is 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and this is confirmed. Rachel, I'm the same way. Same way. I was so zoomed in down here, I didn't see this one up here. Yep, I wasn't even paying attention to this one up here. And honestly, this one up here has a lot better rotation than this one here to the south does. You can see more defined rotation here. Rita, it's going to be after midnight. Probably even last I saw was between midnight and like 4 a.m. Can't see the forest for the trees. Gravel mills. Yeah, Rita, we're looking between about midnight and 4 a.m. Okay, so on this latest scan, this northern tornado warning, the rotation is not nearly as potent as what it was. And they issued a new tornado warning. So this is even further north of that one that we were just looking at. Let's see. Okay, so Gravelly Mills. Rita, it's still going to, like I said, it's going to be a couple hours still. But eventually we'll start to see like the southern part of this here. By the time it gets down here, the primary threat's going to be the winds and the flooding rain. We could, of course, all modes of severe weather are still possible, but primarily just the winds and the heavy rain. Once this gets through the Kansas City area, a little bit further out, then I will switch back down to ours to kind of keep a better eye on that down there. Can't see the forest for the trees. Okay. Rachel, are you saying that Raytown has a lot of trees? Okay. So there's decent rotations northwest, northeast of Cowgill and west of Raymire. This is that area of rotation right there. So let's go here. Let's go here. Not seeing the debris signature on either one of these. Or this one down here. So the good news is the rotation is very broad. It's not very tight. Exactly. Tunnel vision. Yep, and that's what it was. I was so focused on the one to the south, I totally missed the one to the north. So my apologies for the folks up here. I totally spaced off on these. Looks like the strongest rotation of all three of these are going to be the most northern cell, due west of Brayermeyer. On this latest scan, it kind of dissipated a little bit, and this one over here northeast of Richmond is starting to rotate a little bit more. So, like I was saying earlier, with these storms here, it's these little notches. That's what gives you the warning, the tornado warnings, the quick spin ups. Belton, you guys are on the backside of this pretty much. Grandview, you guys are also on the backside of it. Aubrey, you're out of any warning, but you're getting that heavier rain. How bad is Chillicothe and Slater supposed to get it? I saw Chillicothe just a little bit ago. Rita, they're on the far northern edge of just about all of it as far as Chillicothe goes. Slater? Rita, is that around Chillicothe? So all the warnings, all the tornado warnings are just south of Chillicothe. They are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 17 more minutes. For 70-mile-an-hour winds, 3/4-inch hail. This does have the considerable tag to it, though. So for the folks that are just joining us, the National Weather Service this year is doing a different tiers for severe thunderstorm warnings. So your normal severe thunderstorm warning is going to be 58-mile-an-hour winds or quarter-size hail, I should say. So your considerable tags are going to be 70-mile-an-hour winds and or golf ball size hail. Then your destructive tags are going to be 80-mile-an-hour winds and or softball size hail. So there's different degrees of severe thunderstorm warnings now, and they designed it to be kind of an eye catcher, I guess, to be like, hey, this is stronger than a normal severe thunderstorm. It's around Marshall, north of Marshall. Okay. I see Marshall right there. Okay. So Chillicothe is on the northern edge of it. And you said it's north. It's around Marshall, north of it. Okay. So there's Slater. Okay. So they're still under the tornado watch until 1 o'clock. They're going to get some of this, as far as Slater goes, the stronger severe thunderstorm down here. And the tornado warning is looking like it's going to skirt just to their north. Warrensburg. So we had somebody in here a little while ago. I don't know if she's still in here. Warrensburg is in line of this tornadic part of the storm. Currently, they're not under a warning, but I would assume before long they're going to be under some sort of severe thunderstorm warning. Raytown, you guys are almost completely out of it. Belton, you guys are just getting heavier rain still. Kansas City, you guys are good. Why is that one flashing? Okay, so as of 1 minute ago, this tornado warning is still in effect until 10:30 for central Ray and west central Carroll County. At 10:14, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles north of Hardin or 11 miles northeast of Richmond, moving east at 55 miles an hour. The hazard is a tornado. This is radar indicated. This is going to include steep. All right. Okay, they got hit a week or two ago. It looks like the tornado warning, Rita, is going to go to their north. So Slater's right here, and both the warnings are quite a ways to the north. They will see some of this severe thunderstorm down through here. But as far as the tornado warnings, it's going to go to their north. Thank you for keeping us. Absolutely. Nene, absolutely. Prayers for all. All right, guys. So at 10:16, tornado warning remains in effect until 10:45 for northwestern Carroll, southeast Caldwell, and southwestern Livingston counties. At 10:15, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Braemire, or 17 miles southwest of Chillicothe, moving east at 50 miles an hour. This is tornado. The hazard is tornado. So locations impacted is Braemire, Tina, Ludlow, uh, Avalon, and Dawn. This is radar indicated. So the rotation looks to be on the northern one just about completely gone. This one here, it's still very broad, right on a highway. Okay, and the tornado warning to the south is completely gone. They let it expire. It still has the severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, so now this one's even been dropped down to like the very bottom tier of severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is just regular 75 or 60-mile-an-hour winds and 3/4 inch hail. This one's going to get Warrensburg at some point, Higginsville, and this one's still got that considerable tag. So it's got 70-mile-an-hour winds and 3/4 inch hail. The northern cell here, it expires in 27 minutes. They may let that one go before long. This one here, it's still showing a little bit of rotation on it. So Kansas City, you guys are good. Overland Park, you guys are good. Belton, you guys still got some of this heavy rain coming in. Pleasant Hill, you guys got 2 bouts of this heavy rain coming in. Let's see. Let's go down here. Okay, so now there's a flood watch that expires in 15 hours. Warrensburg, Knobnoster, you guys are next in line for this severe thunderstorm warning. And it's going to go all the way down here to Butler. Rich Hill. Rich Hill, you're going to be outside of this warning unless they warn it further south. Oh, goodness gracious. So it looks like there's 2 tornado warnings, and 1, 2, 3, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. So this back down here, El Dorado, all this is over here still in Kansas. So for my lake area folks, this southern part and this down through here is what we're going to be watching for our area. Pleasant Hill, Belton, Grandview, Lee Summit, Lake Annette, Harrisonville. You guys are going to still get this heavier rain here. For my lake area folks, guys, this is going to be a long night. It's still a couple hours out from us. Nene, Rita, I know you guys are down here. I believe even Rachel. I don't know. I don't know if she's down here or back home yet. But for my lake folks, it's still going to be a little while till we see this stuff. Most of the Kansas City region is going to be out of it within probably the next half hour to 45 minutes, maybe even stretch it to an hour. This warning still goes for another 23 minutes. Okay, so you're home. Let's see. Let me figure out. Milton. Okay, so Rachel, you're almost out of it completely. You'll see a little bit of this heavier rain, and you're not in any kind of warning right now at all. For 22 more minutes. This southern one's still hanging on to a little bit of rotation. Not a whole lot, but it's still got a little bit. The northern one's got almost none. Yeah, it's just raining now, not really any wind. Good. Good, good, good. So Peculiar, you already had this first round. You got second round coming through. Belton, you guys are going to see this heavier rain here just any minute, if not already. Once it comes through, you guys are done with it. Wendy, I want to express a huge thank you for your help tonight. All the watching and warnings that we've been having in the group is put on by Wendy. She helps me down here at the lake, and she helps up here in the Kansas City area. Karen as well, she helps in both regions. Without both of them, I couldn't do this live stream all the time without having to keep up with the warnings. So thank you, ladies, very much. There's a lot that goes into being able to do these streams and keep up with watches and warnings. There's a lot of behind the scenes that you guys don't see. And I've got a magnificent team that allows me to be able to focus just on the radar. So that one's still 19 more minutes. And that one's 4 minutes. So they haven't issued a new tornado warning downstream, so they're probably going to let this one go. They did issue a severe thunderstorm warning for about 34 more minutes for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 3/4 inch hail. Okay. So that one looks like it's going to expire in about 3 minutes. I've lost where I'm at now. Peculiar Harrison. Okay, so I know where I'm at now. Kansas City, you guys are completely out of it now. You guys are just in the light rain. Belton, you guys are still just getting this little bit heavier rain. This one expires in 18 minutes. Same with that one. This one here is going to be the newest one. It's going to stretch out for 33 more minutes. I'm going to say they're going to let both of these warnings go when it's time. Because the rotation is almost non-existent on either one now. Almost non-existent. 17 more minutes. So at 10:27, the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 10:45 for Cass, southern Jackson, and western Johnson counties. At 10:27, the severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from 7 miles south of Odessa to near Drexel, moving east at 45 miles an hour. The hazards are 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will include This will include Lee Summit, Grandview, Belton, Raymore, Harrisonville, Pleasant Hill, Greenwood, Peculiar, Holden, Lake Lackawanna, Garden City, Lake Winnebago, Lone Jack, Cleveland, Freeman, East Lene, Kingsville, Lake Annetty, Baldwin Park, and Strasburg. So this one does not have the tornado tag on it. So it's just for 3/4 inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Larissa, it's just now getting outside of the Kansas City area. It's going to be a couple hours till it hits us. Eventually, we will see some of this. Primarily, we're just going to get the strong winds, the heavy rain, maybe even small hail. But we still have the potential for the quick spin ups. But it's weakening quite a bit as it gets closer to us. Let's see. There is still the long line of severe thunderstorms that stretches all the way down. There's a little bit of a gap, but then it just extends further down. So if this stays warmed, Larissa, eventually we'll see this. But again, that's a big if. We're looking at least 2, maybe even 3 hours until we start to see any of it. Appreciate absolutely. You're very welcome. So they did let that southern tornado warning go. This one here expires in 15 minutes, and they'll probably let that one go as well. This line is starting to weaken quite a bit as it moves further to the south and east. down further here, it still packs a little bit of a punch. Belton, you guys are on the backside. Almost out of it. Lee Summit, you guys are almost out of it. Grandview, same. Harrisonville, you guys are going to start seeing this heavier rain. You're still under a severe thunderstorm warning for 14 more minutes, and this is going to be for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 3/4-inch hail. Kansas City, you guys are completely out of it. You're getting sprinkles now, if anything. Warrensburg, you're still in line of this one. Eventually, it's going to get Sedalia. This whole line looks like it's moving east. Yeah, this whole line's moving due east. All right. Pleasant Hill still getting this heavier rain. The heaviest part of this particular storm is going to be right around Harrisonville, just south of it. It's approaching I-49. Then there's a little bit of a break, and then there's this coming up back behind it. So for my folks here at the lake, if this stays together, all right. Sorry, just doing a couple of behind the scene things still. Roberta. So what I was trying to say is this particular, the southern warning and these back here, if they stay warned, eventually we're going to see these. The northern part of the lake will see some of this one here. So this whole line is moving east. And there's even some further south. So eventually, if it stays together, this whole, we'll see some of this. And it's still going to be probably, my best guess is going to be about 1 o'clock, roughly, before the Lake Erie sees it. This tornado warning expires in 10 minutes. That one expires in 10 minutes as well. This one here, I could see them extending the warning further out this way for long. 25 minutes. This one here, they may go ahead and let it expire. But this one here, these, I'm going to see, I'm going to bet they're going to let it extend further out. Harrisonville, you're getting in on this heavy rain now. Garden City, it's coming up to you. Belton, Raymore, Cleveland, Peculiar, you guys are on the backside of it. Peculiar, you're still seeing a little bit of that heavier rain, but you're on the downhill slide. Raymore, same with you. Belton, you're just seeing sprinkles. Harrisonville, you're kind of in the brunt of it. And then down here, south of Drexel, north of Merwin. So the northern part of this is already on top of 49, of I-49. Further south is approaching the I-49 area. You're gonna have to make a pot of coffee before it gets to the lake. Okay. Cynthia, you're very welcome. I enjoy doing all this. I really do. Still have that tornado warning up here hanging on for 7 more minutes. Eventually, they'll let it go too. This tornado watch is still in effect for another 2 hours. There we go. Not seeing much, if any, rotation, so we'll get rid of velocity. Harrisonville, you guys are in the dead middle of it. Okay. So once this warning here expires for the Kansas City folks, we will be done. So once this one expires, I will go ahead and end it for the Kansas City group. Okay. And even this here is starting to weaken quite a bit. So we got 19 more minutes on this one. And this one still got about 4 minutes. So for Cass and Southern Jackson and Western Johnson counties, this will expire at 10:45. The storm which prompted the warning is weakened below severe limits and no longer poses an immediate threat to life or property. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds and heavy rain are still possible with these thunderstorms. So good, that's good news. In 4 minutes, they're going to let this one expire. And 3 minutes for that. Oh, that's the one. I'm sorry. Yep. So they're going to let both of these expire. And I'll probably go ahead and let this one expire as well, would be my best guess. So for my lake folks, it's looking like these are up here going to be a whole lot of nothing. So if we're going to be watching anything, it's going to just be these down here. And of course, it's Mother Nature. She will do exactly what she wants. So just because we expect that's what's going to happen does not mean that's what's going to happen. We've all been fooled by her before, so. That tornado warning expires in 2 minutes, and that severe thunderstorm warning expires in 17 minutes. So from here up, I'm going to say they're going to let it expire. Good evening, Bailey. I'm not going to be live for much longer until it gets a little closer to the lake. Because these warnings here are all about to expire. This one over here is quite a ways out of the area. But these two here are going to expire in about 3 minutes. So once these expire, I'm going to go ahead and end the live until it gets closer to the lake, and then I'll decide if I need to go back live or not. These here's what we're watching to go east. Good evening. I'll be good deal. I don't look for it to hit us till I'm going to best guess about 1, if not a little bit later. All right. So they're going to let that expire. Now the only one up north is just going to be this one here. And that one's still observed, so they may let that one go a little bit more. And that one does have the tornado possible tag still. So this northern one, they may still let hang on. But these two here are going to expire. All right. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging with me. And just like that, they expired. So again, thank you for hanging with me tonight. I am going to go ahead and end this live and take a little bit of a break before it hits the lake area. So if severe weather pops up again, then we'll be back. For my lake area folks, it's not looking like we're going to be going live later. If things change, then I will. So, all right. Until the next storm, everybody have a fantastic evening, and we will talk to you guys later. Thank you.